Hi everyone, I'm Tracy, your host for this month's intuitive monthly reading for December 2013. So if that's what you're here for, please stay tuned. I'll go get my spirit guide Whitehawk and a shake of a tail's feather. But as normal, I always like to touch back on the previous month's reading. And, sorry, I got a hair on my lip. Stuck in the lip gloss. Okay, so if you like me touching back on the previous months, on the previous weeks, on the previous intuitive logs, let me know in the comments box. If you don't, as well, let me know in the comments box, because I don't have to do this. I just feel it's relevant to help create an awareness within yourself for intuition. But if you really don't feel it necessary, let me know. I can drop it off. It saves us a few minutes in the reading. You know, if you find yourself zipping through this part of it, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. But for this reading, and then next week's first of the week, December reading, I will touch back until I hear from you guys. So last month, Whitehawk had said that it would be a cold month, it would be a gray month in November, and it would be a windy month, and the flurries would start. So here where I am in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, that certainly was the course. I thought we were in Chicago because it was so windy here and there was no snow, and it was odd because it was like minus 20 degrees Celsius with no wind, but it was frigid with the wind, with no snow, but it was frigid with the wind. And it was so it was definitely gray as well. And he had also said that it would be a sporadic month. So I guess people doing sporadic things, and for us to be very patient with our family. And that indeed did happen for me as well. So check in and see if that's what occurred for you. You're welcome to share little tidbits that you feel comfortable sharing with us and me, because once you put it in the comments box, right, people can read it. So if you're comfortable, do it, please. If not, then don't. Sorry, that piece of hair is going to drive me nuts, right? Anyways, so that was for November. Would love to hear how your November was. Like, was it parallel? Was it completely opposite? It's nice to hear how everybody else's month went. Okay, so let's move on to December, a very busy month. We're wrapping up the last month of the year 2013, moving into Christmas and the New Year's. And I just want to say to you guys, as my viewers, my friends, audience, mainly friends, you know, take time for yourself. Self-care is really important this time of year, because people tend to do too much, get involved in too much, aren't able to adhere to boundaries or create boundaries, so they get fatigued, especially for people who are very sensitive, like highly sensitive people, as well as ADHD people. You know, take note, this is a very difficult time of year. If you're taking them into the malls with all that crazy energy, and usually not a very patient energy, right? There can be so many people in a good mood, and all it takes is one crab apple, right? One crabby apple to ruin it for everybody. It's a toxicity that goes through. And so for a highly sensitive person, or a person with ADHD or ADD, or someone who's ill, or newborns, you know, they're very sensitive. Children are very sensitive to the energy. It's going to be hard on them, and the only way children will know how to deal with it is to act out. And as for adults, you know, we act out as well. We get more crabby, we get more irritable. You know, we need to rest and decompress. I always say empty that sponge, right? Because we absorb all those other energies. We need to empty it. And the way you do that is going out into nature, or rest on your own without, you know, noise. No phones, no electronics, nothing like that. You just have to decompress for a little bit. And then fill your gas tank back up, and then you can go further again. So I just wanted to make that note for you guys for December. Take care of yourselves. It's super, super important and imperative. Okay, so let's go get the big guy and see what he has to say about the month ahead. And I will try to catch that hair on my lip. Okay. very busy and toxic month ahead. And it is not toxic because I am saying it is going to be a bad month, as much as it is a toxic month because of the way people fuel themselves throughout this month. The way people... Okay, sorry, that hair is just... Oh! He says, so I'll just go again. He says, it will be a toxic month because of the way people fuel themselves this month. People will fuel themselves on toxicity fumes known as partying, as drinking, as overspending their time, as overspending their money, he says. And so the end result is fatigue. It is just pure fatigue, he says. And not only is it fatigue, he says it is anger and it is irritability. He says, so heed the call of this one who says, take care of oneself. Slow down. And it's amazing because just as he was talking there and talking about the drinking and the eating, it was like a low type of energy that was around there, right? And then when he said, take time, slow down, I felt all the energy just completely become quiet and calm and relaxed. And he says, indeed, little one, if we allow ourselves to overrun ourselves by constantly be running to this party and running to that party and shopping for this person and shopping for that person and for baking for this person and for baking for that person, he says, we've really lost the ideal of the season. We've lost the precept, the precursor of the season. The season is not running ourselves into the ground and creating toxicity in our environment. The reason for the season is good faith and hope in Jesus himself. So take note, he says. This is more a precautionary warning of a monthly reading. He says, than it is to tell you of what the season holds. He says, for I do not need to tell you what the season holds. You have been through it many a times, he says. But what I need to do is to take you back and realize that it's 1 month, 1 day of the year. 1 month, 1 day of the year. So take heed and do not devastatingly run yourself into the ground, trying to be merry and create cheer. For indeed, the end result is not merry, and it is not cheer. It is devastation, burnout, he says. It is a crippling fatigue. It is a raging bull. It is a crippling, non-conforming energy, he says, is what it comes down to this season. So the month ahead for you is busy, and you need to make choices, good choices, proper choices that are going to affect your environment all month long. He says we can go back and we can speak of a reading we did about positive thoughts, he says. Your energy and your thoughts, he says, working together. You can make the decision to have the calm, clean, positive kingdom, or you can make the decision to have the chaotic, decrepit, dirty kingdom. He said, it is your choice, my children. Make a wise one. For indeed, I know you will, and I know we're all learning. But, and I'm not asking you to shave back on everything, just take it back in a couple of places, he says, and you will see the end result will be much better than had you not cut it back some places. You can do it, my children. I look forward to hearing from you all and letting me know where you took time for yourself in this merry season of being with Jesus. God bless my children. It is all up to you. It really is. Don't allow other people to coerce you or to persuade you. You can do it. God bless. Thank you. And he blesses us all. Thank you, Whitehawk. He says, no, thank you, Tracy, for those wise words. God bless. Well, there you have it. That's our reading for the month of December. And it's funny how it took on the same sort of melody as I was toting about. I've learned, I guess, after many seasons. So I thought I'd share that experience with you. Whitehawk did mention the positive thoughts blog, and I can post that for you in the description box or somewhere here on the video. You'll see it. So if you want to have a listen to it, so to have the nice kingdom or the decrepit kingdom. And that's the kingdom within yourself and your environment around yourself, right? You affect that. All right, so that was the monthly reading. So if you liked what you've seen here, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. You know, if you want to see more of this, give me a thumbs up. I'd love to get your feedback. Okay, so Monday is our weekly reading. I did miss the previous weekly reading. I do apologize, but perhaps you can share with us what you intuitively thought would happen for the week, and see if it did actually happen for that week, because we're getting better, right? With all the vlogs we've done on intuition, which we did was our last vlog, and then spirit guides and body wisdom. The playlist that I made up for sharpening your intuition is there for you to have a listen to. Okay, and I totally lost my thought there. Did you see it? It went. It was like boom. Okay. So look for the weekly reading. I'm going for Sunday this time, guys. I said I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So Sunday, look for it so that you know what's up for your week ahead. Sunday evening when you're resting and getting ready for the week ahead. So thanks for joining me here. It's always a pleasure. Subscribe. It's free. And I'll find you. You don't need to find me. Okay, we'll see you next time. God bless. I'm Tracy for A Channeler's Channel.